So here's my list of harvests for this month, and I'll work through each of them. Some I haven't recorded any. We're in the middle of a major heat wave here in the UK, so I haven't recorded my harvests, but I will be showing you what we've got, and we will harvest some early potatoes together. We don't all have a big space and we don't all have abundance with every harvest, but this video is about finding true happiness and making the most of those harvests that we do get from a small garden. My rhubarb's doing really well. I read somewhere that you shouldn't harvest it after the summer solstice, which is about a week away. I've definitely got another good harvest on there. I think I will keep harvesting it lightly. I used around 3 sticks of rhubarb and equal quantities of water and sugar, and I simmered that down to make a syrup. I trusted AI for my quantities and I put far too much water in, so I corrected that by simmering it for longer. Once it was the right consistency, I sieved the solids out. I used the syrup in a jar and I used that for drinks later. And I used the solids to make a rhubarb ice cream. And next we've got gooseberries. They're very sour fruit, and not many people seem to like them, but they are beginning to give. I will wait until they're really ripe before I harvest them. The gooseberries by topping and tailing them and giving them a really good wash. And then, as with the rhubarb, I froze these on a baking tray for about 2 hours before putting them into a sandwich bag. We're in the middle of quite an extreme heat wave in the UK, and I am recording and editing as I go along today. So I'll take you around the garden. This is my lunchtime routine. I've been eating salad out of the garden most days, at least 2 out of 3 days. And I use different things. I don't have a large salad bed and I'm not out here watering every day. So I have to use my imagination for my salad. I'm going to start with these peas. There might be enough on here for a meal. They've done really well this year, the best pea crop I've ever had. But to harvest them for a meal, they're going to take ages to sit there and depod, and they don't taste nice. And frozen peas do quite a good job. So what I do is I just harvest the pods. I harvest a handful with my salad each day. And that makes my salad a lot more interesting. Next, I'm going to look at the middle of this bed. It's got some salad leaves in there and some radishes. I haven't harvested any of the radishes yet. They're still looking tiny, but today might be the day. Yeah, I have a couple of radishes. They were my first ones. They're not the first ones of the year. They're the first ones off of this batch. And I've got a few spinach leaves. I'm finding something is eating my crops here. They've got those little white things on. Got this so far. I'm at the end of the garden now, and I'm going to see what I can find up here. Take this. Here I'm getting some more spinach leaves. My son loves the spinach leaves. It's one of the only salads he'll eat, and I only eat it from the garden. I noticed quite a nice sized carrot. Let's see if it's as big as it looks. I couldn't take you there, but I have a carrot. That's a nice size if I slice that into the salad. This is my chamomile. It's come into flower, and I can report I've had 4 cups of chamomile tea, so that ambition has been achieved. I was really excited to get a dehydrator for my birthday. I haven't filmed the process. I'm learning how to do it myself at the moment, but I've had some stuff drying overnight. I got some chamomile flowers. I'm not sure I like the smell of them once they're dried. But the jury is still out on that. And I've got some mint leaves. The mint leaves are still quite soft, so I'm going to dry those a bit longer. So I'm drying it at 35 degrees, and I'm going to put it on for another 10 hours and start. And that will run in the garage. So the mint came from this little shady corner of my garden. Mint's doing really well, as mint always does. And here's some I dried in my first batch onto the dehydrator. The thyme is a relatively new plant. I have a batch here. Little batch of thyme here. My lavender came from the front of the house. I've got another couple of lavenders here, different type, to harvest shortly. I've got loads of rosemary, which I could dry, and sage. Right, so it's really hot out here. This is going to be my last harvest for today. We have these 2 lots of potatoes. This one in particular here is really going to start brown and falling over and yellowing. So I'm going to see if I can get some potatoes for dinner today. I'm washing the potatoes here and fast forward, I tried to say a little bit more about the purpose of this video. And it's really about making the most of the small harvests. I have a small back garden. I live in a 3-bed semi on a housing estate, and I don't have a lot of space. I don't have those huge abundant harvests. But what I do have is a little salad garden where we can eat from salad freshly every day from the garden. Last August, I didn't buy any salad. It all came from the garden. And this year, I started earlier with a mini greenhouse where I could grow spinach, as well as the harvest and the food. Where salad is quite expensive and often goes off, you haven't got the food miles. My son eats the salad from the garden where he won't eat the salad from the shop. There's no plastic involved here, and the enjoyment of actually going and picking your food and preparing it and eating it is something that you can never bottle. As well as those small salad harvests, you get harvests like this, you get the potatoes. They're not every day, but even just to have one homegrown vegetable or herb with every meal, it really brings you back into contact with the planet and how the planet survives, and we're all related. Very interested into permaculture. I've read a lot of Hugh Richards' books as I have set up this garden, and I'm really enjoying it. It's the family garden I always dreamed of,